Ladies and gentlemen, today you will witness an eviction trial. It is my task to take you behind the scenes of what actually goes on in an eviction court and what you can expect if you or someone close to you is involved in an eviction. Let's get started. So, an eviction can be presented by a landlord, him or herself. However, occasionally landlords will choose, particularly when litigation can get complicated, will choose to have an attorney file the lawsuit for them and present the case to the court. This is what happens in today's trial. But along with the plaintiff or the landlord having counsel, you'll also see that the defendant has counsel. Donnie, say hi to the good people. That's Donnie. He's the defense counsel for the tenants. And you'll see today that our case will be presented to the judge, and the judge will ultimately make a ruling based on the facts that we each present here. Let's go ahead and move on to the actual trial. Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to my courtroom. My name is Judge Johnson, and we're about to begin with the eviction docket. I would like to call case number 20221234, Lester Landlord versus Tony Tenant. I understand that both sides are represented by counsel. Yes, Your Honor. My name is Ernie Advocate, and I represent Lester Landlord. Well, my name is Donnie Defender, and I represent Tony Tenant. Well, I am Judge Johnson, and I will be presiding over your case today. As this is the plaintiff's case, I will allow the plaintiff to begin. Counsel for the plaintiff, you may present your case. Thank you, Your Honor. First, I would like to say that this eviction is based on a long list of violations from Mr. Tenant. Your Honor, I object. Not a single violation has been proven to this court. Counselor Defender, I will hold on ruling to that objection. Let's let the plaintiff present his case. Thank you, Your Honor. So the first violation that we mean to prove is that Tony Tenant had an unauthorized pet. Your Honor, that is completely untrue. What the landlord must be confused with is the dog that belongs to the neighbor. The neighbor's dog who slips in through a defective fence on our property. That's what the landlord saw, not an unauthorized pet. The neighbor's dog slipping in through the broken fence. We've tried to have the landlord fix that time and time again. There is no violation for an unauthorized pet. Well, Your Honor, there definitely is a violation with the tenant failing to maintain the yard. The lease requires that the tenant maintain the yard, and it just hasn't been cut in weeks, although we have asked over and over and over. Your Honor, this is simply untrue, unfounded. We have photographic evidence that the yard is in pristine condition. Landlords, as always, we welcome you to follow us on our Instagram page. If you're not a member yet, join us on Facebook. And if you enjoy what you see here, give us a thumbs up. Click that like button. We enjoy that very much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. Well, Your Honor, here's one. The defendant, Tony Tenant, is operating a business on residential property. His lease specifically prohibits business operation of any kind, and he is running a daycare. Pardon me while I laugh, Your Honor, because this statement is laughable. My client, Tony Tenant, is a kind-hearted man with numerous small cousins. These youngins, as he calls them, simply come and visit him from 8 to 5 every day and are picked up timely by their parents and whisked off to their homes. Is it a crime for my client to spend time with his loved ones? I do not think so. Thank you very much. And I would like to say that the plaintiff cannot prove that my client is receiving any compensation for the loving care that he doles out to these members of his family. Well, Your Honor, we do have evidence that the tenant is violating the lease with an unauthorized occupant. We have personally witnessed, living on the property, none other than Glenda Girlfriend. Oh my, I am shocked and awed by the plaintiff attempting to smear the good name of Glenda Girlfriend. It is our testimony, Your Honor, that Glenda Girlfriend currently lives with her loving mother in a loving home. And while it is true that Glenda from time to time comes to pay visit to Mr. Tenant, what is untrue is that she is residing there. She resides across town with her mother. And while it is true that she is there every day from 7:30 until 5:30, she promptly leaves every day at 5:30. She does not reside on the premises with Mr. Tenant, and I object to any testimony to the contrary. Counselors, I have heard evidence for the plaintiff and I have heard evidence for the defendant. Counselor Advocate, do you have anything else to present to this court? Yes, Your Honor, I have one remaining violation. It appears that after a number of days, the tenant has failed to timely pay his rent. And we are asking for a judgment for possession and unpaid rent for his failure to pay. Counsel Defender, do you have a response? Mr. Advocate, did the landlord deliver a proper notice to vacate to the tenant? Yes, Your Honor. A proper notice to vacate was delivered by regular and certified mail. Thereafter, we waited the proper number of days before we filed this case with this court. The current monthly rent that remains unpaid for 1 month is $1,000, and we ask this court to issue a judgment for $1,000 for 1 month of unpaid rent and a judgment for possession for failing to pay that rent. Counsel for the defendant, do you have anything else to share with the court? No, Your Honor. We unfortunately do not have anything else to share. After hearing all of the testimony presented by plaintiff and defendant, I hereby rule in favor of the plaintiff. I award $1,000 in unpaid rent, and I award possession to the plaintiff in this matter. Make sure that before you attend your next eviction trial that you have spoken with a licensed Texas attorney who focuses on landlord-tenant law to get all of your questions answered, to make sure that what you present to the court is adequate for a judgment and that you are prepared for any of the arguments that may be posed by your defendant in defense of your claims against them. Until next time, I'll see you in court.